Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be playing with some cutting dies. Now these are the cutting dies of the month from Brutus Monroe. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo of Christopher and I while we were at the gym, and I'm doing this on watercolor paper. So I think I'm going to pull out my aqua pigments to do something fun in the background. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so I'm starting out with my aqua pigments, and I am just squirting water down on my white cardstock, and I am literally just droppering the water. Now, one day I'm going to make a layout where this is the background, where I just dropper the water on it, because look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. But I decide, nope, I'm going to mess with it because I can't leave well enough alone. So I grab a brayer and brayer the layout here. And then I'm like, this is way too much water on this layout. I need to sop this up. So I do have the light purple going on here. And then I'm going to drop her up a little bit more because, you know, I could have just left it like this if I wouldn't have brayered it. And mix it around, move it around by squirting some water on it. And then I am going to go ahead and let that bad boy dry. So I'm going to set that to the side, and now is the time to play with the die of the month set. Now you might be looking at this and being like, Sandy, you've got animals and you just put pink, blue, and purple all over your background. That's so going to clash. But I don't think it does. What I think happens is my animals, my dies that I die cut, go ahead and pop off of that background. So you don't always have to coordinate the things in your layouts that are in the foreground and the background. Like, they don't all have to be matchy-matchy, you guys. You can use, you know, opposite colors, things that are going to pop. That's why a lot of times when you matte everything in black or you matte everything in white when it's a dark layout, you're going to get that extra bit of oomph behind your layout. And that's what happens here because I'm using, you know, animals over top of this, you know, wild mixed media background. Now, I will always tell you guys if I think something was a dumb move, and brayering, that doesn't roll off the tongue very well, does it? Brayering was not a great move. Not for this layout. Do I think brayering has its place? Yes, not on this one. So I am going to go ahead and build up my photo. So this is a photo of Christopher and I at the gym. This was before we moved to Washington. Fun fact, he has rejoined another gym, and I have not yet, because I don't know if I want to join that gym, which is really close and it's in our community, or if I want to rejoin Planet Fitness, which is down the street. Like, I don't know which one I want to do. So I got to figure that out, but, you know, I will. But I am going to go ahead and continue die cutting. Man, I wish I die cut it that fast. So obviously this video is sped up. Look at me roll that die cutting machine. Man, that would be awesome. So I have gone ahead and die cut out the vines. I've die cut out the animals, and I'm using the back of the packaging to kind of guide me for what I need to die cut out. And I think that that is a beautiful thing that Brutus Monroe does, is they give you kind of color ideas, or even if those colors aren't to your taste, like say you wanted to make a pink giraffe, you could, because you can tell, oh, all of these things are the same color, which really makes it handy. So I'm going to go ahead and pokey tool out these things. This die cut says Wild Thing. Now, I will tell you, I did not separate the inset and the outer bit of the Wild Thing die cut. I felt like it was easier to leave it like this and then kind of create a puzzle. So now I decide that I'm going to tear around the edges of my aqua pigment background here, and I'm going to pop it down on a green sheet of cardstock. So I felt like doing this would kind of make the whole thing cohesive. So I talked about earlier how you want to, you know, sometimes make a pop of color and you want things to pop off of your background. But I was a little concerned that it was going to be a little tiny bit too wow, I cannot speak tonight. Too disjointed. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that green in because I had so much green on the top. I felt like green was going to have to be on the bottom as well. And this is like the thought process that I'm going through while I'm creating the layout. So I told you guys, like, I'm thinking of popping, right? And then at the end here, I'm like, oh, I need to bring it together because it might feel a little bit too disjointed. So that's kind of like a stream of consciousness voiceover thought process. So I go ahead, decorate up the layout with some things from my stash, add a bit of journaling, and I used that die cut that says Wild Thing to go ahead and help create my title where I said Wild Thing, I think I love you. And then my two little monkeys over there hanging off on that vine. Super cute, you guys. I love this layout so much. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.